school football from where you live.
We literally barely made it. That's the part of TV you don't get to see, but we sat down about 5 seconds ago. That's because we had a crazy night. Alongside Andrew, I'm Rob. 7 games on tap this evening. That's all. So for 7 games on tap, a lot of stuff's going on. 2 of them, though, big as they get. We start off at West Lafayette, where the Red Devils playing host to Central Catholic.
Yeah, the Red Devils are ranked 2nd in Class 3A, and while the Knights are ranked number 1 in Class A, both teams have dreams of a return to their respective state championships. So tonight's matchup, a great test.
Great test. Red Devils with a tribute to their friend Christian Burns on senior night, an emotional night for the Westside community. RDP starts out fast. Mikey Kidwell scrambling, finds Luke Talukian. He does the rest. Westside takes an early 6-0 lead, but the Knights answer just as quickly. Avery Dinhart looking downfield, finds Ben Tharp behind the defense. Tharp going to shed the tackle, and he takes it in for the game-tying score early in the first. CC led 13-12 at the half. RDP taking control. Kidwell fires deep to Caleb Green. The secondary for both teams have played better this season. Green will not be caught. The Red Devils lead 25-13. So Coach Kevin O'Shea and the Knights running out of time. Hurry up offense working wonders, though. Dinhart goes to Tharp again for the first down. Now we're down at the goal line. Knights going to turn to the ground. Jake Page in for the score, and the Knights pull within 5. Westside with a strong drive to answer. They're running the clock out effectively. They go for it on 4th, though. Kidwell finds a wide open Matt Marley, but it's right through his fingers. A would-be touchdown instead, though, it's a turnover on downs, and Marley can't believe it. Tough one for the senior wideout. CC still alive. Dinhart with a Westside rush in his face, avoids everyone, rolls out to his left, hits Ben Metzinger at the sideline. Knights in business. Dinhart drops back, this time fade route to his favorite target, Ben Tharp. Unbelievable catch. Comes down with it inside 30 seconds to go. The Knights take a 1-point lead. After the 2-point conversion, up 3. One last chance for RDP. Kidwell dances around, fires deep. There was a chance, but the Red Devils can't come down with it, and that is your game. The Knights with a come-from-behind win, 28-25.
Meanwhile, just down the road, Harrison trying to snap a 6-game losing streak to rival McCutchen in the latest edition of the Sword Traveling Trophy. The Raiders coming to play on the 2nd possession of the contest. Jonathan LaGuire finding a streaking Adam Sturgeon. Sturgeon taking it 48 yards to the house. Harrison on the board first, 6-0. Now 13-3 Raiders late in the second quarter. Peyton Williams is picked off by Cameron Crooks. Crooks setting up the Raiders in great field position. Harrison not playing conservatively. Jackson Vanderwalen letting it fly to who else? Sturgeon, the senior, hauling it in, and Harrison is in business. 5 plays later, with 23 seconds left in the half, Vanderwalen on the pop pass to Jacob Johnson for 6. Harrison led 20-3 at the half, but the Mavs stampeding back. Williams on the bootleg. He connects to Austin Bennett. Bennett nearly squeaking his way into the end zone. McCutchen scores 1 play later to cut the deficit to 10. Still in the third, Williams again on the waggle. His pass is complete to Gavin Dunbar, number 7, picking up that yak. Dunbar taking it all the way inside the 5, and Harrison head coach Terry Peebles cannot believe what he's seeing. Same Mav drive, Drew Rutherford plunging in for the score. 20-17 Harrison. We head to the 4th. After a Dunbar field goal tied the game at 20, Daniel Madron countering with 2 minutes left in the ballgame. His 22-yard field goal is good. Harrison jumping ahead 23-20. Final chance for the Mavs. On 4th down, Williams' pass is incomplete. Harrison holds on to best rival McCutchen 23-20 and take back the sword.
Well, I think it means that we've arrived. I mean, we beat ranked opponents the last 2 weeks. Both of them very, very good. McCutchen had a ton of fight in them. We were up by 17 points, and they refused to quit. Got it right back in the game, tied it up. Then at the end, our offense did a good job putting a drive together. Daniel Madron, who's one of the state's best kickers, went ahead and made a field goal for us. And the defense just played outstanding.
How about that for a game? Both of those games. Lafayette Jeff playing host to cross-state foe Richmond. Alex Snydgar under center for Richmond. Who knows how to say that guy's name? Pitches this one. A good thing Richmond's not anywhere near here. Sanders makes his way through for a small gain. A few plays later, same guy's name. I don't have it. Bronco defense in the first half, not so hot. 49-yard QB keeper put the Red Devils on top early. The Broncos would fire back. Nat Wilkerson tosses this one to the far side in the hands of Bishop Johnson. Picks up a gain. 4th down now for Jeff. Wilkerson finds the front corner of the end zone for the score, and Lafayette Jeff is in business to Justin Walker there. Wilkerson now drops back again, fires high and deep. This ball game is tied up. Fourth down, getting the Broncos inside the 35-yard line there. Wilkerson now pitches the pigskin off to Latrell Brown. Brown shakes off a few would-be tackles. Lafayette Jeff goes on to take this game 50-32. Well, that does it for the first half of the Frenzy. 3 games down, still 4 more to go. And, of course, the Coach's Corner. We got Delphi, Frontier, and Covington coming up.
And North White and Carroll, 2 teams at the top of their division. We'll have those highlights and more coming up next in the Friday Night Frenzy. Stay with us.
All right, we're back on the Frenzy. For our next stop, we head to Monon for a matchup between 2 top teams in the Hoosier Heartland West Division. Let's roll those highlights.
Yeah, roll tape. North White looking to avenge last week's loss to Delphi tonight against Carroll. Carroll had the ball first, and North White got off to a good start. Jacob Quazabart intercepts Trey Filbrin, and he runs it to the Cougars side of the field. And on that same drive, Quazabart now at quarterback, he rolls left, then right, and just squeaks it into Gatlin Phelps. And after consulting with league officials in New York, it's ruled a touchdown. Vikings go for 2, and they make it 8-0 to score. And Quazabart finds Tyler Hook, and Captain Hook goes through the end zone and into your living room or your lap if you're watching on News 18's app. Carroll would answer by marching down the field. Filburn connects with Trenton Brummett, who sees nothing but daylight. Shakes one defender, stiff arms another. Get out of here. And is finally brought down. That drive would be capped off with this play. Filburn calls his own number and makes a beeline to the corner of the end zone to put the Cougars on the board. They would trail 8-7, but the momentum was with the Cougars as they march down the field again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Filburn keeps it again, this time plowing through the whole Viking fleet for the score, and that would be the story of this one. Brownie, Carroll wins 42-16 the final.
All right, Clinton Prairie traveling to Delphi. Opening kickoff. Gophers, Cade Selke gets it, and got a little shaky camera work, but hey, man, what's going on in this play? He gets it, and he's returning it, and he's not going to get caught, so that's a touchdown for the Gophers. All right, later, the Oracle's answering. QB Weston Wendell on the keeper, and he takes it in for the score. Next Gopher possession, QB Colin Stroop. Back to pass. Connects with Drew Scott down the Oracle 32-yard line. Later, Stroop again to Scott. Seems to be his favorite target in this one. Scott gets sandwiched. Yeah, sandwiched. Wait for it. He's all right, though. Prairie attacks on the ground. Sam Schoonveld carves through the Delphi secondary for the first down. And we know Schoonveld taking it in for the touchdown here. Prairie gets a big road win, 46-20.
All right, let's go to Frontier. They're hosting the Falcons. Opening kick, second half kick. Frontier squeaks it on the side and recovers it. Perfect execution. Later, it's Falcon quarterback Colt McCracken completing to tight end Derek Price for the solid game there. A few plays later, McCracken decides to keep it and scramble in for the score to tie it up at 12. But Tri-County quarterback Dalton Justice can also run. He takes it down into the Prairie 15-yard line, and then the Cavs' Drew Mosley gets the ball and runs it in for the score. Frontier trying to answer, but McCracken hangs one up in the air, and the Cavs' Rustin Schambach picks it off and takes it deep into Falcon territory. And a few plays later, Tri-County Sam Getz gets the handoff and sails right into the end zone. This game down to the line rather. Cavs win on the last second TD, 25-19 the final score.
All right, up to Rensselaer where we go, where the Bombers hosting Hoosier Conference foe Benton Central. First half, Rensselaer's Jalen Gilbert throws a bomb to fellow Bomber Braden Wright, and he scores right away, give his team a 2-score lead. All right, Bison ball now. And gunslinger Colton Tucker throws a dime to Blake Morin as Benton Central had no problem moving the ball in the first half, but this drive would stall. Bomber ball in the second quarter, and check this out. Austin Becker appears to run it in for the score, but actually fumbles before he's in the end zone, but the refs count it anyway, so Rensselaer takes 28-0 lead. BC not go away, though. Bryson Ford gets it. Nice little pickup. Although the guys would disagree, Rensselaer was up big at the half. This one had a late start. We will have the final score on WLFI.com. All right, that concludes Week 7 of the Friday Night Frenzy. Coming up, CC head coach Kevin O'Shea will join us in the Coach's Corner.
Yeah, big win for the Knights at Gordon Straley Field, a team or a field that Westside does not lose often. We'll break down the win with Coach O'Shea next in the Coach's Corner. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Frenzy. Joining us tonight, look who it is, head coach Kevin O'Shea.
Yeah, maybe a little poor planning on my part, but you know, we were going to have the winner of Westside CC in. You came in last week. That's all right. You're here tonight. Big win. What were you thinking when your team's down a couple scores, fourth quarter, and things are just kind of not going your way?
I was thinking I wasn't going to get the opportunity to come in here and see you guys.
That was on your mind?
Because I tell you what, as crazy as that game was, watching you guys run around here is even crazier. So.
You've coached some pretty darn good quarterbacks, whether it was at McCutchen with Clayton, Chris Mills not too long ago. How good is Avery Denhart?
He's really kind of come into his own here over these past, over the spring and here, you know, when the summer hit, he really worked hard. And I think the biggest thing that Avery does for us now is he really is a calm, cool, collected kid. Nothing fazed him tonight, even when he got hit late on a couple of occasions that drew flags. He still kept his cool and directed us to 2 big touchdown drives in the fourth quarter.
You guys moved the ball okay at times. In the first half, it was basically that long play to Ben Tharp that kept you afloat. Obviously, you have a pick 6, so you go into halftime with a lead, which I'm assuming you were probably happy about. Then you move the ball when you needed to. When you're down 12 points, what was the difference? How were you guys able to move the ball down the field in a pressure situation?
Well, one, we stopped turning the ball over, and Avery moved very well in the pocket. And when Avery's moving well, Avery doesn't scramble to run, he scrambles to throw. Mm-hmm. And he did with his legs on a couple of occasions get us some first downs or real close. But he was able to sight downfield. You know, Ben Metzinger does a real good job of kind of getting in his line of sight so we can get him the football. And, you know, our little guys made some plays.
I asked Shane this before the game, and I want to ask you now, how much better can your team get?
I don't think we've hit our I don't think we've hit our vertex yet. I think we still have a long way to go. Sorry for throwing math stuff at you, but I think we still have a ways to go. I still think we have some kids that are learning how to play together. We've got some kids that are learning their roles and trying to understand you know, how to play this game, because we were a bunch of rookies coming into this season, and we've had to grow up in a hurry. Ben Tharp, huge game, obviously. Avery was really good at finding him. But what can you say about that play that he made in the corner of the end zone? I mean, it was a game-winning play. Well, I would like to say it was something that, you know, we've worked on, you know, for 3 or 4 weeks, right? And it's our go-to play. I called Avery over. I called our 4 vertical route, and I said, throw it to Ben. You know, it was simple as that. We thought we had a good matchup there. He had a corner that was playing inside of him, and we thought we could get it over the top of his head, and Ben can go get the football with the best of them. It was a heck of a game. I had a lot of fun there. Obviously, you had a great game, too. Best of luck the rest of the season. We'll be following you. I know you're going to be alive for quite a few more weeks. I sure hope so. Make sure to check out our website, WLFI.com, and click on the Sports tab for all highlights from tonight's games. We'll see you next week.